Hello everyone, and today's agenda will be to understand about switch case. We are doing this under Java programming. If you remember, we are into this, right? We are learning Java as of now. Once Java will be completed, we will learn Selenium. And once Selenium is done, we will do Cucumber and GitHub and Jenkins, those part. So today we are still here. We are talking about the conditional statement. Here, if else part is done. Now we are doing for the switch case. And if we will get time, we'll do array part also. We will try to do a basics, basics about array. About array. Let's understand first what is switch case. Okay. So if you remember, yesterday we were doing some if else part, right? Something like this. You're writing if this is true, do this thing. If this is true, do this thing. Something like this, right? Or in this case, we were checking some, values greater than this, then do this thing, right? A lot of things. Um, Assume that then when there are a lot of if cases, then it will be difficult to maintain it, right? It's like you are keep on writing the same kind of syntax. And moreover, in this kind of case, yeah, you are checking all the comparison, right? You are doing this also, then you are doing this also, correct? There should be a mechanism that once something is done, it should come out of the other comparison. It should not do it, right? So let's take an example. Let's take a very classical example. Most of the cases when we learn about switch cases, this is a good example to understand. So for example, um we'll take a value from the user, right? So we'll say accept a value from user and display and display day, okay, based on input. So for example, if user will input 1, then say Monday. If user will put 2, then say Tuesday, and so on. Okay, so at the end, obviously, when user will enter 7, we should say Sunday. Okay, seventh day, Sunday, something like this. Now, if I want to implement this, I can implement it through if else very easily. So let's create a new class. If I want to do this, it's not a big deal, right? Inside the main function, what I will say, I'll declare a variable int day, let's assume, right? And I'll keep on doing the things. If day is equals to 1. Why I am writing like this? If you want to check the equality of the operands or the values present in right hand side and left hand side, you do it through 2 times equal to sign. Okay. So if day is equals to 1, then system.out.println Monday. Right? I am keeping it like this. And yeah, let's say as of now it's fine. Okay. And then you will keep on repeat on this thing, right? Something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here I will say when it is 2, then do Tuesday. Right? When it is 3, then it's Wednesday. Okay. So I'll change here also. 4, 5, 6. Perfect. This is the case. This is the way we will write the program. Generally, like if somebody will ask me, hey, can you do this quickly and write a program? I'll do it in this way, correct? I'll probably do it this way. There are some other ways also which we have talked about, but it's the case, right? So if I run this program, because day is equals to 5, so obviously it will print Friday. How it has executed? Very simple. You have declared day is equals to 5. It will check day is equals to 1. No, so it will not execute this. It will then reach to 12th line. It will check days equals, because execution happens line by line. Okay. By default, it is sequential execution. Means sixth line, then seventh, eighth line, ninth line, 10th line. It's like this. It goes like this. Okay. So days 2, no. Days 3, no. Days 4, no. Days 5, yes. So this will print me Friday. Right. So if I'll change it to 7, it will print Sunday, obviously. See here. Okay. So then we talked about, hey, it's a lot of comparison unnecessarily. It is doing comparison. If I will, if I want to keep it 1, right? So day is 1. So Monday, my task is done. Why it is still comparing it, right? Because you have written in this way, it will compare. Obviously, it will not go, without executing this. Though day is 1, but still it will compare. Okay. The solution was put else here. So it's like if day is 1, then do this thing. It will not go to the else part. If this is done, then it will not go to the else part because this condition is true. Let's assume that day is 1. Day is equals to 1. So what will happen this time? It will execute this. It will not execute all other things wherever else is written. So we'll save the some time. So when there are multiple conditions and you want to execute only one of them, then you should do in this way. Okay. Fine. But there is one more condition. What will happen when user will give 8? So let's do that part first. So let's assume day is 0. Declare it like 0. Take it from the user. So we'll declare scanner. Scanner sc is equals to new scanner. This is the way to write system.in. Okay. And here, okay, are we doing any mistake? How we did it yesterday? Scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. We did it in this way. What is the issue? The constructor variable is am I doing any mistake? I'm copying this. Okay, fine. So done, and then we will ask to the user, enter a number, enter a number. Okay, and you want to take it in day, right? So you'll say day is equals to sc dot next int. So there is a function which will get the value from the command line or the console output, and it will store it in day as an integer. Done. Now let's see when we will execute this. It is asking me enter a number. If I put 4, it is saying me Thursday. Okay. The problem with this program is, let's understand, day is 4. So it will reach here, it will check Hey, day is equals to 1. No. Then it will come here. Day is equals to 2. No. Because why it will go to else part? Because this condition is getting false. So whenever a condition gets false, it goes to the next condition. It's very simple. Then once it will reach to day is equals to 4, true, true, right? So it will execute this, but then it will not go here. Okay. Once any, this is the, true part of this if, right? So once it is done, why it will go to else? Right? It's a very simple English-like thing. If, if I'll say, if, um, if today is Saturday, I will go to watch a movie. Else, I will go to office. Something like this. Okay, so another example. Let's say if I'll say, if it's Saturday, I'll go to movie. Else, I will go office. So if it is Saturday, obviously the statement is I'll go to movie, right? Why to, go to its else part? Because it's already Saturday, something like this. So for example, you got it. Day is equals to 4. So stop it here. So it will not execute further. But again, you are writing a lot of if, else, and all, right? And keep on doing the things. There should be a way to stop it. There should be a way to come out of this if part, right? If else part. You'll see that part. But I was talking about what if user will give something like 11. So I'm executing this, putting it 11, no output. Here comes the testing, right? What test engineer does? They check any module or features in all different ways, corner cases, negative values, all those things, right? Why we do that? Because we want to check how system behaves when we are putting something which user should not put actually, but user can do anything, right? So here the 11 is not handled. What will happen if user will give 11? So do you think that you should give all those values when user is giving 8, then do this thing, 9, then do this thing? No. Instead, what you can do at the end, you can say else if day is less than 1 or day is greater than 7, then you should print a message, right? That invalid input, something like this. So we'll say invalid input. Please try again with, or you can simply say accepted ranges. Accepted range is 1 to 7 only, something like this. Okay. So this time, if I'll run this and enter number, this time if I'll give 11, it's showing me invalid input. Now somebody was asking me how to build the logic and all, right? So this is one way, right? You have to be open with, you have to understand that what are the possible ways user can do anything. Am I handling all those possible conditions or not as a developer? Now again, there is a problem. If you think properly, what is happening as of now, I'll put a debug point here. Okay. And let's debug this program now. So when we are debugging it, it's asking me a number. Okay, 11, enter. If you see here, the program will halt here and the day value is 11. Okay. If I go to the next, it's still comparing. It is still going here in line number 17, checking day 11 is equals to 2. No. So it will keep on going it till the end when it will understand, okay, day is less than 1, false. 11 is less than false, false. But or condition we have put here. 11 is greater than 7, true. So false or true will become true. So then it will print here. Great. So if you wanted to do this thing, why not you check this thing at very first point, right? Why you have reached to this point. So it's better. This is logical thinking. Somebody was asking me that how to develop problem solving approach, logical thinking. It's very natural. Once you will write a program, execute your own program, debug it, you will be able to understand that where it should be practically, right? This condition, if you want to show this to the user, why not put it at very first? Somewhere here. Very first check should be this. Then you can put else here. Now what will happen? Let's debug it again. So you will see the difference what I'm saying. This time, if I run this and I'll put anything which is outside, either less than 1 or greater than 7, right? Same example, let's say 11. You're stopping it here. You're printing it invalid input. And this time, if you will observe, it's not checking all these things, whether days 6, 7, 5, no, everything. It's not checking because you have put it inside, because everything is else, right? First thing, what did you check? If day is less than 1 or day is greater than 7, do this thing. Everything is inside this else part, correct? So it will not execute from 18th line to let's say till 45th line. It is directly reaching to the end of the main function, right? So this is how we keep doing things, and then we come up to the what do we say, optimized solution. Okay, that's it. But then too many things here, like else if, writing it like again writing equal to sign, right? So when there are more conditions, you may make some mistakes related to syntax, related to how you are, multiple times you are comparing it. So it's better. The solution is using switch case. Okay, what's switch is same, something like this only. Switch is something like this only. What switch case does is, the structure is very simple. Structure is very simple. Let me open Paint. I'll show there how switch will be written. So what will the switch? Switch. Inside that, you have to put a variable. Let's assume a variable, and it's like this. You have to put a, what do you say? Opening curly bracket, closing curly bracket, and there will be case. Case again 1, 2, 3, same thing. So I'll tell you what will happen now. Case 2, and then there will be default. Okay, and after each case, optional. There is optional thing. You can put break. It's a good thing to do a break, and here also. Well, fine. What will happen? It will check this variable. Is it equal to 1? Then do this thing. Whatever statement you will write here. Statement. In short, I'm writing STMT. In default also, some statement can be there. Now, switch, there is a variable. So it will check whether this variable is 1. Case means it's same as if else part. It will check whether this variable is 1, then do this thing. If variable is 2, do this thing. If variable is not 1 or 2, then it will go to the default. Okay. If the variable is not equal to 1 or 2, then it will go to the default. It's like this. Okay. If I make a flow diagram for this to understand what it will be, there is multiple conditions check, correct? So this box will keep it will be like this. So here you're checking if variable is equals to 1, right? So it's checking. So I'm writing v is equals to 1. Okay, it's checking v is equals to 1, question mark, right? If it is true, then stop. Okay. So if it is true, then come out of the switch. Do the statement and come out. Okay, it's like this. What I'm saying is, if this is true, let's assume that this is true. 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 So what will happen? It will come out. I'm not writing like a very standard way of writing uh, flow diagram, but let's understand that it's like if this is true, then execute statement and stop. Okay. So this part is true part. True. If it is false, so see, whenever there is a condition, there are two things, right? Whether it will be true or false. If variable is not equal to 1, then will come here. It's a false part, correct? False. Then it will again check. It will again check variable is true or not. So variable is equals to true. This. So if it is in this case to then execute its own statement. Again, there will be a true part. This is true part. Execute the statement and stop. It's like this. If both are false, right? So here again there will be a false. If v is still even not what we say, um, v is not 2, right? 2, then again there will be a false part here. Okay? False. So if all the conditions are false, so what it will do, it will execute default case. It will execute the default case. So whatever is there in the default statement will be executed here. Okay. It will execute default because you're coming from v is equals to 1. No. V is equals to 2. No. So the all the cases are done, right? There is no other cases. So if there is no other cases, it will execute default statement. Okay. So same thing. If I want to implement this, I will put day inside switch. Okay. And I'll put a bracket, opening and closing. Okay. And all these things will come under switch. So let me copy this. Control X, putting it inside. Control V. But syntax is a bit different. It's not day is equals to, as of now I'm deleting it because we will be handling in other way. So you don't have to write like this. Day is equals to 1. You just have to say case 1. Case 1. Case 1, what I want to do, you don't have to put bracket. You don't have to put the bracket. Deleting this. So my statement is do this thing and break. It's like this. Okay. Same thing with case 2. Case 2 colon. So in that case, I want to do this thing and I want to say break. Okay. Then case 3. So you don't have to write else if, those things. Case 3 colon. So this is a syntax you have to do in this way. Case 3 is doing this and doing a break. Okay. And then case 4. Case 4. Okay. Then doing this and saying break. Then case 5. So number of lines are also, now it's less. Number of lines which you are handling will be less. Okay. Then break. Then case 6. Okay. In case 6, it will be Saturday, right? Then case 7. Okay. And then break. Now you don't have to write whether it is less than 1 or greater than 7. Those things you don't have to write. Instead, you can say default. Default means if it doesn't fall under any of the case, then what you have to do? So default colon. Here you will say system.out.println. What you will say? You will say same thing, invalid range. Okay. Valid is 1 to 7, something like this. Okay. Now your program is more readable, and how it will work. Let's understand that part now. So you have accepted a value, fine. Then it will check day, because you're putting it inside switch case. So what it will do? It will check day is 1, do this thing. Case means it's checking actually what is the value of day. Day is 1, do this thing. Day is 2, do this thing. But break means once it is decided that what is the value of day, then it will come out of the switch. Means it will come out here. I'll say end of program here. End of program. Okay. So if I'll run this, I'll say 4. So it will say Thursday and it will come out. It is not going to check all these things. Okay. Because case 4 is done, so it will directly execute this and it will come out. Okay. Let's put debug points and we'll understand how it is working. Okay. So I am putting debug point, and now, so debug point will, resolving like how it is executing. So we are at line number 13 now. Day is 4. Okay. If I go to this, see here, it's not executing all this line by line. It is jumping to directly to case 4. And if you see here, it is printing me Thursday and break. Break means once it is break, it will directly jump to 32. See here, I'm doing a step over. See here, it's coming to the 32 line. It's not checking case 5, case 6, case 7 because case 4 is executed. Right? Now let's give a number which is out of range. So if I give, let's debug it also basically. So this time, if I will give a number, let's say 45, enter, it is at line number 13. If I step over, it is directly jumping to default because it the it knows that okay, it's not day is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will go to default and it will print me this and it will come out of the program. Okay. So this is how switch case works. I'm giving you a question. You have to resolve it right now and give me in chat window what answer you are giving. Okay. So the case is take a value, right? Basically a character value, and check if it's a vowel. Okay. Check if it's a vowel. Do this thing. Using switch case or however you want, whatever way you can do it, do it. Okay.